Have you ever felt that rush of excitement for your New Year's goals, only to see that rush just slip right between your fingers by mid-January? Maybe you're already feeling the pull to quit. Well, today we're going to talk about this sneaky little phenomenon called Quitter's Day and how you can completely defy the odds. So stick around because in this episode, I'm sharing a simple mindset shift. I'm sharing some micro habits that truly make a difference and a powerful way to recommit to your vision. You don't want to miss this one. If you're new here, this show is all about clarity, focused action, and personal and professional growth. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Did you know that research shows a major dip in New Year's resolutions commitment around the second Friday in January, which they also call Quitter's Day? It's actually the point where most people give up on their goals that they were so excited about on January the 1st. It's crazy, right? If you've ever felt that creeping urge to throw in the towel too soon, you're not alone. I've definitely been there. This time, we're going to break the cycle, right? And one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to share a short personal story about my own near miss with Quitter's Day. So keep listening, stick around to the end of this episode. This episode is for you if you find yourself losing motivation for your goals just a couple of weeks into the new year. Or if you know someone, you got somebody that you care about that they're losing motivation, this episode is for them too. So feel free to share this with them. It's for you if you experience self-doubt and worry that maybe you don't have what it takes to follow through. This is for you if you know deep down that you want more success, more growth, more fulfillment, but you're not sure how to stay consistent. By the end of this episode, you'll have crystal clear clarity on why people quit early and how to avoid falling into that trap. You'll also understand a powerful mindset shift to help you move from self-doubt to unshakable determination. And you'll walk away with simple yet effective micro habits to reinforce discipline, to build resilience, and protect you from Quitter's Day. You'll also feel renewed energy to recommit to your vision, armed with practical, actionable steps to carry you beyond January. Thomas Edison famously said, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." This quote, I think, perfectly captures the essence of Quitter's Day. Most of us aren't short on talent or grit. We're just moments away from a breakthrough when our old doubts creep in. Edison's words remind us that success isn't about never failing. It's about refusing to give up, especially when it feels like everything is stacked against us. When you hold on just a little bit longer, you often find that the tipping point of your success is closer than you think. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, sticking it out when everyone else calls it quits. So let's move on to point number one, why people quit early and how to avoid it. So let's tackle the concept of Quitter's Day. This is essentially the point where the initial excitement fades, daily challenges start piling up, and willpower alone just doesn't cut it anymore. Life gets busy, our energy wanes, and we slip into old habits. So here's some actionable steps to help you with this. Identify your why. And for some of us, I'm one of the people who actually, I have to think about who am I doing this for, especially as a coach, right? Because I get to serve people this way as a coach, and I definitely don't want to let people down. So if you're one of the ones that will do it because you know that you'll let someone down, think about your who. But if you're a why person, that's okay too. It's all right if you're one or the other, or you might be both. But identify your why. Write down your deeper reasons for pursuing your goal beyond the surface level stuff. Number two is reframe obstacles. Instead of viewing setbacks as proof that you can't succeed, see them as stepping stones that build resilience. And three is daily reminders, like keep your goals visible, like a sticky note on the bathroom mirror, or you can set alerts on your phone to remind you of what your goals are. But whatever it is, make sure that you're reminded daily. So here's some coaching questions or journaling prompts for you, things for you to consider. What deeper purpose does your goal serve in your life right now? What's one current obstacle, and how can you see it differently as a teacher rather than a threat? Once you have a handle on why people quit early and how to reframe those obstacles, it's time to reinforce that brand new perspective with daily actions. So let's get some micro habits that are going to turbocharge your commitment. Which brings us to point number two, micro habits that support your goals. Micro habits are tiny, easily repeatable actions that compound into massive results over time. They keep you engaged, disciplined, and persistent. These are especially crucial for beating Quitter's Day. So here's some actionable steps to help you. Set a tiny daily goal. So choose just one small repeatable activity, like writing 50 words a day if you're working on a book, or doing 10 squats if you're aiming for a healthier lifestyle. Two is track your progress. For this one, a simple checklist or maybe even an app can be your best friend. Whichever works best for you, record those small daily wins. Then three is reward consistency. Even a quick self high five or 2-minute break to enjoy maybe a favorite song or something like that, that can boost your motivation. So here's some coaching questions or journaling prompts for you. What is the smallest daily action that you can commit to that moves the needle on your goal? How will you measure or track this action to maintain momentum? I want you to know that seeing progress, even if it's small, keeps your motivation alive. Now, let's talk about how to keep that fire burning by recommitting to your vision, which brings us to point number three, recommitting to your vision. Goals are great, but it's your vision, the deeper, broader image of your future that truly pulls you forward. When we lose sight of the big picture, it's easy to throw in the towel on the small stuff. So here's some actionable steps to help you with this. Visualize daily. Take 2 minutes each morning to vividly imagine what achieving your goal looks and feels like. One way that I do this is I actually have a vision board. I have two at home and I have one here in my office. So I look at my vision boards every day. I have to walk past them every day, which reminds me of why I do what I do. But just stop and take 2 minutes each morning to vividly imagine what achieving your goals look like. Two is accountability check-ins. Find an accountability partner or even an online community to share weekly progress updates. And this works really well, especially for if you have a coach like me. My clients get to do this with me weekly or bi-weekly where we check in with their goals and I'm their accountability partner. So they don't want to tell me that they didn't do something, right? And it really works. And number three is short-term rewards plan. Break your vision down into milestones and reward yourself for hitting each one. So here's some coaching questions or journaling prompts. What's the ultimate vision that excites you enough to keep going even when it's hard? Who can you enlist to keep you accountable and celebrate those small victories with? Now that you have some practical strategies, let me share a quick personal story that might really bring this home for you. A few years ago, I set a big resolution to have more live workshops and speaking engagements, speaking presentations for business owners and professionals by the end of January. But then, life happened. My client projects piled up because, it was January, everybody has resolutions, and it's a really good time to get a coach. I think I got sick or something like that too, so I wasn't really feeling well. And I started convincing myself that maybe it wasn't the right time. Around mid-January, I caught myself labeling these difficulties as signs that my goal wasn't realistic. But then I remember my deeper why, and I remember who I do this for, and which is to empower people like you and professionals and entrepreneurs to grow their lives and their businesses and transform themselves and their lives. So I decided to stick with one micro habit, which is sending out just one invitation email each week, just one each week to a new potential participant. That small act reconnected me to my vision. And even though I set the goal for one each week, it got easier and I ended up doing something like at least three each week. By the end of January, not only had I not quit, but I'd also booked my first speaking engagement of the year. And that snowballed into more opportunities. And that I was able to prove to myself that sustaining momentum really is about simple, consistent steps. And a lot of times, just really small steps. And I got to tell you, a lot of those engagements, by doing that, they booked me year after year after year, those same ones. So those little steps turn into something way bigger. So, in today's episode, we tackled the hidden challenge known as Quitter's Day and the common reasons people abandon their goals mid January. You've learned a simple mindset shift to move from self doubt to renewed determination. You've discovered the power of micro habits to reinforce discipline and explore ways to recommit to your vision so that you can carry that momentum far beyond January. Small wins add up, and recommitting to your bigger why and the bigger who that you serve will help you stay the course no matter the obstacles. If today's episode resonated with you, I want to invite you to click the link in the description. In the description, you'll find opportunities to coach with me one on one. I also have group coaching offers for you too. Or you can join my Unstoppable email community, which is absolutely free. And I want to let you know too that if you're considering coaching, but you're not sure about it, reach out to me. Click the link and just fill out the short form there because I'll talk with you and and if I'm not the right coach for you, I have a whole network of people that I know. So I can link you up with a coach that's able to serve you, but I'll answer your questions and we can have a conversation and you'll be someone else that I get to know. So feel free to just click that link and just fill out the application and we'll probably end up having one conversation for free. It's that simple. You can join the email community for ongoing insights and accountability. I send you one email a week and it's got really good tips and just some really good things, really easy for you to read. And most of my email subscribers, they stay on my list for a long, long time because it helps them. Also, don't forget to download the Life Plan Checklist, the quick, structured resource to keep you on track as you move towards your vision. If you're ready to take it up a notch, you can check out the Plan Your Life in 60 Minutes digital course. I'll help you turn these micro actions into a broader life strategy. Oh, and heads up, Driven is coming back. My group coaching program is opening soon. And if you're craving deeper accountability and long-term transformation, you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for that. Until next time, keep finding your path.